Welcome back to Environmental Station Alpha. Last time we entered the temple, which is one of the natural areas, if you can call it that, of the station. And after all that, we grabbed ourselves a heat-resistant suit, which means we can go through the Volcanic Sector without burning up. And now there's a funny-looking square, which seems to suggest where the AI control center is. First things first though, we've got some business to take care of now that we have the heat-resistant suit. With the added security measures, we have these kind of lengths of flame just moving about. It's kind of comical, pretty similar to something out of the Super Mario Brothers from the NES. They only showed up in castles though, and it's not related to this. Over here we have this kind of barrier which follows us along a track and is really wanting to kill us. There's an air chute there, but we can go down since we have the vertical dash. And there's a save point here, lucky for us, since we can heal up right away. Anyway, this room. There's a boss in this room. And its name is the Monty Hall. And it's pretty simple to handle. Just hit all the glowing, vulnerable parts. Just gotta watch out for different types of attacks. As you've seen already, the blue core just fires out a flame. The gold one just shoots homing shots, which are a bit slow, but they do chase in your general direction. And you have the red ones, which kind of track you as well. And you just destroy all the cores to win. At this point, I can basically just tank every bit of damage. I almost got unlucky there with the lava, but hey, I live. This room does have somewhat of a resemblance to Ridley's room in Super Metroid, but beyond this slight mere resemblance, there really isn't much more that can be said. I really like the design of that room. And now out here there's... I guess someone grabbed an item before we did. So I guess that means we're going to go on the search for one of these things. So up we go! This is going to take a bit of time. First of all, we gotta eliminate all these robots. Thankfully, falling out is an instant kill for anything that isn't us. Part of it involves some annoying trickery of the hookshot and all that nonsense, so I decided to cut out most of it by simply taking a shortcut by damage boosting off the flames that are shot from below. Now I can go across. Just gotta get the hookshot just right, otherwise you'll miss it. Like so. For a while I completely forgot what I had done to make it work, but in reality you just need to realise that you can use the hookshot more than once. Which is basically the gist of how it works. I suppose if you're going for speed you might decide to forego the next power-up over in this area, but who knows, you might need it. It kind of makes most of the endgame bosses a pushover, but hey, it's still a very fun item to have, even if it seems a bit unbalanced compared to the rest of the items that we've so far gotten. Almost had it that time. Not quite though. You do have to be pretty precise to get it right. Since it does involve hookshot mechanics, they tend to be a little less predictable than just simply double jumping or any of the other things that we have. Like the vertical dash. That being said, I suppose we could get here later after we acquired a certain power-up which would make this entire thing completely unnecessary. But for the time being, we're just gonna keep on trying. We'll get it eventually. That being said, a lot of HP has to be wasted just doing the damage boost. Anything's better than having to go around over and over again, that's for sure. Almost have it. Not quite. Just gotta get a little bit closer. Gotta watch our health as well, since there is another robot in this room that we haven't encountered. Just because it's off screen. And we have it. Just gotta watch out for the falling rocks from the ceiling. And we should get it now. It is the supercharge module, which basically means that every shot that we fire is now charged fully. And there really isn't a shot limit, so we can spam that as much as we like. So yeah, we trade off being more powerful with being quite a bit louder. And that's all from this area. Pretty useful as we get towards the end of the game, considering its usefulness is pretty good. Just gotta break out and save again, and onwards to our next destination. Just take a moment, and we just break through the little sign area, and we have a breakable wall on the left side, which is a funny, out of place looking room. I guess the survivor ended up in here at one point. Or stuck another computer up here. I mean, where else are you gonna put your ramblings of your final words? I mean, you have to bring a computer through everywhere, right? It is a bit strange though. I mean, this place has got water, and most computers aren't really designed for that. Maybe it's a similar material to that of our robot here. And we have this strange language, which I don't think I'm going to be reading anytime soon. But assuming it's like our language, it's probably simply a symbol to English cipher. 26 symbols for 26 letters. We just gotta remember to turn on the switch again. And we go back up. Just gotta watch out for all the flames. I mean, I could just go out the other end, but where's the fun on that? So it's opened up, the switch that we triggered opened up a switch in just this area here. We just gotta break through and go out the left side. And we have some of these creatures hanging off the ceiling that shoot stuff at us occasionally. They're pretty easy to handle. They sometimes shoot shots, but they're not really that fast, and it's very easy to handle. Got a bit of puffed smoke reused from the areas from the security sector. But yeah, got a funny looking creature here. Just dissolves at the touch of our shots though, so looks like we're getting closer now. We could exit here, but that'd be a massive waste of time trying to go back through. So let's just head on down here instead. Another save point here, so we can heal up. The AI control room is pretty close. I guess we'll be trying to stop it here before we make any attempts on the mainframe itself. Looks very computery. And there's not a lot of power going here, even though the power's on. A lot of dead skulls here though, which means that some people were here at some point. If this is the AI, it sure as heck looks like it's a skull. A robot? I don't know. Anyway, we're in for a fight from this skull. probably made as a means of familiarizing oneself. I mean, why would people want to build robots of anything else other than, you know, people? In any case, it shoots orbiting orbs. Orbiting orbs. Isn't that just great wordplay? It occasionally spits them out and then rotates them around itself as you shoot at it. The supercharged module makes things a lot easier, that's for sure. Unfortunately, we weren't quite able to stop the AI from here. Certainly not. But at least it won't be killing us anymore. At least for the moment. It ran away and turned the computer back on. The source of the virus. That would be a useful fact. And that being said, it probably means that since it's already spread, it's not really going to be much use destroying the ship now. And we now have a password and the location of the ship, which is more useful. It seems to be located near the cave sector, or the cave complex, which is right next to the sand cave and the underwater sectors. So, that's that business handled. Just gotta heal up first and we'll be on our way. Gonna have to go back through the cave sector here. We can just exit by exiting through the bottom one-way floor. Still have no idea how such a system would work, but I can wonder. We can go up and out. Using the teleporter, of course, we can get ourselves a little bit closer to where we need to go. Nearest one is that particular one that we spotted but couldn't get to, at least in terms of early game progress. We just wander along and back into the main area, if you can call it that. I mean, we haven't been here in a while. A couple of areas still not covered on the map, but what are you gonna do about that? Explore it? Goodness no. Let's just make the crossing back over. We have plenty of movement power-ups to help us along. If at this point you don't have the vertical power-up, or the dash booster V, you can probably grab it at this point. You just gotta go through this little corridor because the security systems are all on and they're trying to keep you out. But we're on our way towards the Derailed Ship, so we better head through this area, which we couldn't get through earlier because of those red blocks. We have this glass tubing here. Makes me wonder how that, of all things, was left undamaged throughout the whole thing. And now there are screens everywhere, which occasionally have the eye that tracks us. Not quite the same as those curious eyes that we've been encountering in the cave complex. So welcome to the Derailed Ship. My guess is that, yes, whoever had brought this ship here to the station was aware of the station and the station knew of it, and all was going well until the virus got out. That being said, they've had their time to assess the virus itself, and there's a health power up here. It's the last one in the game actually, so at this point, you can have a maximum of 30 health. And that's about it. So in case you accidentally get here early in the game, you can actually get yourself a nice power-up for your troubles. Of course, trying to access the rest of the ship will block you off unless you know the security code. And with that, we finally gain proper access. Of course, this is probably one of the more dangerous parts, if only for the amount of stuff that just deals damage to you. Lots of these electrical coils, you got laser beam shooters, because why wouldn't you? It's a strange thing for a cargo ship to have this much defenses, but who knows, maybe the virus, like, mutated the electronic component somehow. Also, we can't go through that way. Those charge blocks, you can't get through the dash blocks, that is. But in any case, we've got this pink substance. We'll have to investigate that next time, however, since we're kind of out of time. Join us next time as we investigate the rest of this derelict ship. Until then, take care.